Ladies and gentlemen, stop whatever you're doing because the unthinkable just happened. NBA YoungBoy, yes, the same man who turned chaos into a career, has once again rewritten the rulebook on controversy. Picture this: flashing lights, screaming fans, cameras rolling. And in the middle of it all, YoungBoy being handcuffed mid-performance like it's part of the show. Was this a setup? A publicity stunt? Or did the rap game's most unpredictable star finally push things too far? Reports say the concert went from wild to war zone in seconds. Security couldn't control the crowd. Fans started chanting his name like a protest anthem, and within minutes, social media exploded. Twitter Spaces, TikTok Lives, Instagram Stories, everyone's got their version, but nobody knows the truth. One moment he's rapping about freedom. The next, he's being dragged off stage by cops who look like they'd rehearsed this scene for weeks. What really went down behind those flashing blue lights? Who called it in? A jealous rival? A bitter label? Or maybe someone even closer? Buckle up, because what started as a concert just turned into one of the most shocking nights in hip-hop history. The night started like every other. NBA YoungBoy show, raw energy, restless fans, and a stage that felt more like a battlefield than a concert venue. But this time, something was off from the moment he stepped out. The crowd could feel it. His energy wasn't the usual defiant, why be better vibe. It was tense, focused, almost like he knew what was coming. As the beats dropped and the smoke filled the air, the audience thought they were about to witness another unforgettable performance. What they didn't know was that this would become the most chaotic and controversial night of YoungBoy's entire career. According to witnesses, it all began during the second verse of his new track, ironically titled "Can't Stop Me." That's when multiple undercover officers were spotted in the crowd, whispering into their earpieces, scanning every move. Seconds later, the lights cut out, the music stopped, and chaos exploded. Fans thought it was part of the show until they saw flashlights, badges, and guns drawn near the stage. People started screaming, phones went up, and within seconds, the hashtag #YBArrestedLive was trending worldwide. Now here's where things get even crazier. Some fans claim they saw an unmarked van parked behind the venue hours before the concert began. Others insist there were already police stationed at every exit, as if they were waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Was this a coincidence? Or was YoungBoy being set up? Because remember, this isn't his first brush with law enforcement. From house arrests to federal cases, YoungBoy's name has been dragged through the mud more times than we can count. Yet somehow, every scandal only seems to boost his fame. People close to him say he was warned not to perform that night, that there were rumors something was about to go down. But in true NBA YoungBoy fashion, he ignored every warning, showed up, and gave the crowd what they came for: raw, unfiltered chaos. And when those officers finally stormed the stage, YoungBoy didn't back down. He kept performing, shouting lyrics straight into the mic as the police tried to grab him. Fans went wild, thinking it was a performance stunt. Cameras flashed, people threw merch, and the scene looked like something straight out of a movie. But when the music finally stopped, the truth hit. This wasn't an act. YoungBoy was being arrested. The crowd erupted in disbelief, security lost control, and chaos took over. Yet even as he was being cuffed, he smirked that signature YB grin. The one that says, "You can take me, but you'll never silence me." And that's where things start to unravel. Because what happened after that moment turned a simple arrest into a nationwide mystery dot as officers escorted NBA YoungBoy off stage. The venue erupted into pure bedlam. Fans were climbing barriers, security guards were overwhelmed, and within minutes, videos flooded social media from every angle imaginable. One clip, filmed from the front row, showed YoungBoy shouting something to his DJ before being pulled away, but the audio was drowned out by screams. Another clip, recorded backstage, showed a mysterious man in a black hoodie slipping through the emergency exit moments before the arrest. No one knows who he was, but rumors claim he was the one who tipped off the cops. Others say he was part of YoungBoy's team, carrying something the police were after. Whatever the truth is, it added another layer to an already insane story. By midnight, Free YB was trending on every platform. TMZ, The Shade Room, and every hip-hop blog in the game had their own versions of what went down. Some said it was about an old warrant. Others claimed it was a sting operation connected to illegal concert funding. And then there were the conspiracies. Fans believing the feds were targeting YoungBoy because of his outspoken lyrics, especially after that viral bar where he rapped about being watched by suits in the shadows. His fans called it prophecy. His haters called it paranoia. But no one could deny that the timing was too perfect. It's too cinematic to be random. Anonymous sources, or so they claimed, began leaking supposed documents online. These fake PDFs and screenshots, allegedly from the Federal Music Investigation Bureau, accused YoungBoy of laundering money through his own concerts. Some posts even included fake bank records showing millions of dollars being moved between shell companies tied to his label. Of course, none of it could be verified, but that didn't stop the internet from treating it like gospel. Every YouTube channel, Twitter thread, and TikTok conspiracy account was suddenly an expert on the truth behind YB's arrest. Meanwhile, inside the police van, reports say YoungBoy was calm. One officer allegedly told a journalist he didn't say a word, just kept humming his lyrics like nothing could touch him. And that's what made it all even more bizarre. The silence. No live stream, no statement, not even a post from his notoriously active team. It's like the entire camp went dark overnight. Fans outside the station started camping out, waving banners and blasting his songs from their cars. One fan even went viral for painting YB Innocent on the hood of his car in spray paint. But while the world was obsessing over his arrest, something far bigger was brewing behind the scenes. Something that would make even his most loyal fans question everything they thought they knew about NBA YoungBoy. Because according to alleged leaked reports, this wasn't just an arrest, it was the beginning of a federal takedown. And that's where the story takes a darker turn. As dawn broke, the rumors had already outpaced the facts. Every major outlet was running headlines like NBA, YoungBoy under federal investigation, and the rap industry's biggest secret exposed. Claimed agents had raided his mansion hours before the concert. Others said the arrest was tied to a multi-state operation involving multiple record executives. Of course, none of it was confirmed, but the internet didn't care. In the age of viral truth, perception is reality. And for NBA YoungBoy, reality had just turned into a cinematic nightmare. Then came the so-called insider leaks, a self-proclaimed former tour manager went live claiming he'd seen sealed documents proving that YoungBoy's entire tour was under government surveillance. Another source alleged that the FBI had been tracking suspicious wire transfers from one of YoungBoy's company's payments allegedly linked to concert security, but funneled through offshore accounts. Were these real? Probably not. But they were sensational, and that's all it took. Suddenly, social media turned into a courtroom, with fans arguing like defense attorneys while critics celebrated his downfall. But here's where it gets even crazier. A local Louisiana reporter released a clip from a police scanner where an officer allegedly said, "Target acquired, proceed with the arrest during live performance." That's true? It means the arrest was planned specifically to humiliate him live in front of thousands. Fans called it modern-day public punishment. Others said it was karma catching up. But everyone agreed on one thing. This wasn't just another celebrity meltdown. This was an operation. As YoungBoy sat behind bars, #FreeYB protests started erupting across cities. Fans marched outside courthouses, waving posters that read, "They fear real." Even a few celebrities chimed in, from underground rappers to mainstream stars, posting cryptic messages like, "The system hates a free mind." Meanwhile, authorities remained silent, issuing only one statement: an ongoing investigation is in process. And that silence only fueled more speculation. By evening, a new twist dropped. An unverified video appeared online, allegedly showing a police officer celebrating the arrest, saying, "That's what happens when you think you're untouchable." The clip spread like wildfire, sparking outrage and demands for accountability. Was it real? No one could prove it. But perception had already made its mark. For fans, YoungBoy wasn't a criminal. He was a symbol, a rebel caught in a system designed to break him. And just when people thought things couldn't get worse, reports surfaced that his legal team was preparing to sue for public defamation and unlawful targeting. Lawyers, fans, and even a few politicians jumped into the debate. Everyone wanted a piece of the chaos. Because, in the end, this wasn't just the story of a rapper getting arrested. It was the birth of a modern legend. The stage lights may have gone dark that night, but NBA YoungBoy's fire had just been reignited, louder, bolder, and more untouchable than ever.